What we're going to talk about today is economic empowerment long term. Once again, we're going to talk about economic empowerment long term. There are many people who are in a rush to begin their path to a fixed income, which is just crazy with what's going on today. Many people start companies so they can sell, they can get a lump sum. I want you to look at Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett has been running his company for since the 60s. Long money. I want you to look at Bill Gates, ran his company for a long time. Steve Jobs ran his company until he died. If you want to have long term, consistent income, you need to build what I like to call a perpetual business. This is a business that you start, and because you're going long term, you're not in this drastic hurry. If it takes you 10 years to get this business up and running, it takes 10 years because you're looking at the long term. As someone inherently, they're going crazy on my don't buy Bitcoin video. And it's a bunch of broke ass busters who are losing it because I pissed on their sacred cow and I pissed on their easy money, get rich hopes. Look, if you were watching me last year and the predictions, I was spot on. Bitcoin is going to crash. Let's see what is it is. Has it crossed over 8,000? The price of Bitcoin. What is it? What is it now? It's over $8,000. You got all these people who are hoping for this crazy appreciation really quick without having to do anything. Now, once again, this is the path that I'm on. I'm on the perpetual business path. I don't ever plan on, quote, officially retiring. One of the things you can do is you can go ahead and research and find a business model in a vector that's going to last a long time. And you can run that business for decades. This is something that no one is talking about. One of the things I see in the SAS, software as a service space, is go ahead, build something, uh, and sell it in 3 to 4 years, have an exit and get this lump of money. Well, when you develop a perpetual business, when you look at a business over decades versus just here and now or a few years or, run it for, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years and sell it and get that money, then do something else. Um, it's a different ball game when you look at it from the long term movement, because I want you to think about frequently it takes 10 to 15 years for a business to really get where it needs to be in terms of throwing off cash and getting where it needs to be in terms of business maturity. Man, Bitcoin is, see, this is the thing, T Will. Bitcoin is not doing its thing. Bitcoin is being manipulated. If Bitcoin was truly doing its thing, if true natural market forces were at play here, I would have nothing to say. I would have nothing to say. But the thing is, for the last 2 years, people were like, Bitcoin's coming back. And it was crashing, and people were putting money into it, and they were losing money. And it just turned around. And then a whale sells, 5,000 Bitcoin and literally lowers the price by 1,000. What's going to happen when two or three whales sell at the same time? That's going to happen. So, um, but back to the perpetual business, back to setting up something long term. You could start a small store and run it profitably. I had a friend who had a consignment store, a clothing consignment store. And one of the best investments she made in about 2006 was she bought the building that her business was in. The mortgage was $7,000. But guess what? It's a 20-year mortgage. It's 2019. She is 13, 14 years in that 20-year mortgage. In a few years, that business will be paid off. She was very young. She'll only be like 40 something when it's paid off. Cash cow. Tiger sharks. Wow, my wife was just talking about pensions. See, this is the dream that you can, this is like the military. This is if you want to do the military works. You can do 20, 25, the more years you do, the more money you get. You do 25, 30 years, you get 75% of what you were making on active duty. It's just most of your life to get there. But that works. Essentially, people want to have consistent, steady income coming in that they don't have to worry about. They don't have to do anything. And for most people, that's a pipe dream. That's just not going to happen. Whereas if you get out your feelings, if you were to say, look, you know what? I'm going to build this business. I'm building an education company. It's 10 years old and I'm getting ready to make some moves to make it. Um, let me go ahead and show you something. Let's see what y'all got in here. Uh, oh, once again, when you're truly economic, you have true economic literacy, financial literacy, taxes play a role. And no one's talking about taxes. And the only way that you can get around taxes is to start a business. That's the only way you could do that. Let me show y'all something. Let's see. All right. Let me let's go Amazon. All right. Present to everyone. Let me show you something. Amazon paid no taxes. And in a statement to CNBC, an Amazon spokesperson said Amazon pays all the taxes we're required to pay in the U.S. and every country we operate, include paying 2.6 billion in corporate tax and reporting 3.4 billion in tax expense over the last 3 years. All right. Here, let me show you something else. Google pays no taxes. It's not just Amazon. Let's see. Oh, here are 4 ways to legally avoid paying U.S. income tax: move outside the United States, establish a residence somewhere else, move to one of the U.S. territories, renounce your citizenship. Ooh, that's rough. Um, let's go. Apple paid no taxes. How Apple avoided paying 40 billion in taxes. Now it wants a gold star. See, this is the game. Everyone needs a business in their life to create a legal tax shelter, a legal tax situation. This is the only way you can get it. Let me see. Let me go with Alpha Bet paid. Because one of the reasons that Google changed its corporate structure, oh, let's see. Google parent firm takes 10 billion hit from new US tax regime, reports a 3 billion loss. Google's parent company Alphabet took a 10 billion hit from the new federal tax cut and Jobs Act, leading to a 3 billion loss for the fourth quarter, the firm reported Thursday. The company announced an $8.6 billion stock buyback plan and named a board chair to replace Eric Schmidt, who announced his resignation in December. So apparently, they actually decided to come back under the fold. On a positive note, Mountain View tech giant blew past Wall Street's revenue expectations, chalking up earnings of 32 billion, more than 6 billion higher than analysts had predicted, and a healthy 24% jump from the fourth quarter of 2016. For a company of Alphabet size and scope, for it to grow revenue at that rate, that really should be a primary takeaway. So they're playing a different game. They went in and Google changed how, and this is something that should be really looked upon.